section B, information transfer. And it carries 10 marks. Okay. What are the types of questions that can be asked? Okay. What you have is structured response. So, what are the types of questions that can be asked? Okay. Normally, it's structured response, and there will be two types for this. One is completing a table, and the other one is sentence completion. Normally, it will be 5 marks for completing the tables and 5 marks for sentence completion. For this section, to get your A plus, it has to be 10 upon 10, and for the E, it has to be at least 6 upon 10. Okay? And here, we are not very particular about spelling mistakes. Give and take, maybe one letter is allowed. Okay? So, don't worry about this, you can really score, and you need at the most 10 minutes to answer this section, and it carries 10 marks. Okay, now we move on to section C, comprehension. But there's one thing I like to tell you. Okay, section C, you have comprehension and summary. Okay, normally what students will do is they'll read the summary passage, they'll read the comprehension passage, or some might even read the questions. But let me tell you a different story. What you need to do actually is to read question 31. That is your summary question. So, this is very important. Many students fail to do this. Why do you need to read the summary question? Okay, it's because you will have an idea. When you read the summary question, you will have an idea what the text is about. And when you come across this, okay, use materials from lines 10 to let's say 45. Okay, what you need to do is get back to your comprehension passage, look for line 10 and look for line 35 or 36 or whatever, and draw a box. It is very, very important to draw the box. Okay, I may sound very childish to you all, but believe me, it is very important, because year in, year out, there are candidates who will lift answers for the summary question outside this box, and it is a real waste. So, believe me when I tell you, draw a box. Okay, now, when you read the summary passage, summary question, okay, there will be normally two types. Like for example, there will be two different questions. Or like for example, okay, what are the dangers faced by so and so? The next part will be, how did this person overcome the danger? So now, when you go back and read the comprehension passage, you should remember, okay, the dangers, how to overcome. So it will be easy for you, and it will also be easy for you to write out the summary once you have done this. Okay, now let's get back to the comprehension question. The kind of questions that will be asked. Okay, you have A, comprehension and recall. Okay, very simple questions. You read the text or read the paragraph and just answer the question. Or you may have something like interpreting, interpret what's in the text. Then you may also have identifying contextual meaning. Okay, for this you must be very careful, because they may ask you which word can replace that word given. So remember, it's which word. Your answer must be only one word. You can't even put the article a and n before the word, because if you write and something, you're giving two words. And this is also a common mistake done by candidates. Okay, then you have, if they ask you for a phrase, make sure it is not a complete sentence, because a phrase doesn't stand on its own. There is no full stop, so remember that. Okay, then you can be asked questions like identify reference, okay, identifying reference, and the last one, which is paraphrasing or open-ended question, where it could be like, what do you have now? HOTS, higher order thinking skill question. And here they might tell you, use, as far as possible, use your own words. So in this case, you cannot lift from the text. If at all you want to lift, maybe they may allow about 20 or 30%, that's all. Okay? Now, it is very easy to score in this section because you're given, okay, like question 20, no, yeah, the first question will be question 26. Okay, they may ask you, based on paragraph 1. So just go back to paragraph 1 and the answer will be there. And if you do not understand the question, so what do you need to do? Look at the question, look at some keywords, and that word might appear in paragraph 1. So once you can identify the word, just copy the whole sentence. For all you know, it could be the correct answer. There are many cases where students just leave out. Okay, they don't answer, or some of them can be very what you call funny, cocky maybe. Like for example, okay, there's a question like, what was this guy doing all alone in the locker room? And the answer given was, suka hati dia lah. Okay, so please don't do silly things like this. Okay, answer, read the paragraph and answer the question properly. Okay, now for an A+, you have no choice but to get 10 upon 10. For an E, well, you just need to get 6 upon 10. And let me tell you one thing. For the good candidates, please write your answer using proper English. As for if you feel that you are weak, okay, you have a problem with the language, just write whatever. As long as the meaning comes through, the answer will be given a full mark.